Cheryl, and I'm Miss Kelly, and we have the project Note Cards More Than Flippin'. And you heard about flashcards earlier in some of the presentations, but Mrs. Fitzgerald is going to talk about uses of flashcards online, and then we're going to do a quick activity, a very fun activity that you can with your kids at home.
Okay. Okay, so we know just basic note cards, right? Vocabulary and definitions. Spanish, got Spanish word on the front, English word on the back, you quiz yourself. Same way in English, you can do it in history and science. Drama, you can write down the line before yours. Okay, that's the line. Oh, so you've got to come up with your line real quick as a prompt. You can do it in math with formulas, right? When do I use this formula? I don't know. Oh, okay, right, that's FOIL. Right, got it. It's the only one I know in math. So that's your just standard basic note card back and forth flip. But you can get a little bit fancier. You can do online flashcards. There is Study Blue, Quizlet, flashcardmachine.com, studystack.com. They do all require an email, username, password, but they're all free. And several of them have apps for your iPad, for your iPod, for your smartphone. And on several of them, they already have flashcards made. You can put in, for example, in Spanish, our textbook is Avancemos. You type that in the title, and it brings up all the other flashcards people have made. You can quiz yourself. Kids, study hall, can take out their smartphone, take out their iPod, quiz themselves before a test or a quiz. Quizlet, there's other games and different activities that they can do. They can create their own. This is good for as a class. One student in the class can be required to make note cards for everybody, so that not that every student has to make them, but they're all there. They're for everybody to see and everybody to share. And when you go online to see the presentations, you'll be able to click and it'll take you straight through. Hopefully. Okay, so what else can we do with note cards? We can sort, we can categorize. You have your key ideas, your key concepts. You can sort them based on similarities, differences, gender and number in Spanish. Well, what does feminine words end in? They end in A's, but there's always an exception. You can sort them and classify them. Sequencing. In science, you can definitely use them for different processes. Mitosis, photosynthesis. English, you can do story events. You can focus on the plot, the evolution of the plot. What happened here? What caused this to happen? And the evolution of characters. What was happening to this character when? And you can use it as a sequence. History, dates and events. Well, we've been studying North Carolina history, and so the kids had a decade, 1680s. What have we learned that happened in the 1680s? Write it down, then we put it in line and we've made a timeline on the floor so they can see, oh, okay, in 1680, da 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 da. Okay, gets them up, gets them moving. They can do that at home. Get a little bit more active. Spanish, we've done sentence construction. Things get rearranged. We don't have exact set rules as we do in English, so we do that as an activity. For your student at home, copy a sentence out of the book, note on each note card, or a word on each note card, mix them up. Have your student put them in order to figure out, okay, this is how I asked the question, now how do I change it to answer the question? You can do it with matching subject and verb endings as well. Drama, next line. What's your next line? You can also do it with characters. We can get active. Slap. That's a fun game. If you've got vocabulary and definitions, you make a card, each word on the card, you lay it out on the table. Call out the definition for your student, call out the English equivalent. They have to quick slap, take it up. We play this as a game in class sometimes. The kids enjoy, oh, where is it, where is it? I don't know what it is. They have to hit it first, collect the cards. The one with the most cards wins. You can do that with formulas, math or science. You can do that with characters. Who went to the store and they have to figure that out. Time's up is another good thing. Putting things in order, sequence of events. Works for just about any class. Put them in order. What happens? Cause and effect, association, and matching. You can do definition and word. You got to match them up like the memory game. That also works. So, I'm going to do a little activity here.
Okay. Now, this is good for any subject, and I picked something that you all are familiar with, and that's how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Now, when I did my note cards, when I made notes on how many steps it took, I was already up to 32 steps and realized that's too much for you guys to handle. So I broke it down to 15 steps, okay? So what this is, I'm going to divide you into groups, and this is what you would do. You're going to put them in order. Okay, the 15 cards will go in order. They can go left to right. They can go however you want in your space. And we're going to see who gets done first. And that's a good way to work with your students for like the history, the timeline, you know, what happens first, what happens next, what happens after that. So these are for you. And we can put you three together. And we can put some on this table. And get into groups. And I want you to see how long it takes you and the order to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And go.
So what's a good strategy? The first thing you want to do is you want to see what's on all the cards.
Right? Yeah, right here. Mm-hmm. So spread the cards out would be the first thing to do. And work together.
Nice.
Bring me a glass of milk.
Spread desired amount on the other
I
side.
have my cheat. I have my answers right here.
Having been ignored, get peanut butter from the cabinet. Place 2 slices of bread together. Lick peanut butter, nice.
This is a good way. It gets you thinking out loud. Gets your student engaged in the activity, actually trying to process what it is they have to do out loud and explaining it to you.
And normally you'll have a natural leader in the group. Somebody will take control.
Top your lunch, Mom, we bring with us some milk. Mom, where's peanut butter?
Here, what?
Where's peanut
There's
butter?
Mom,
Oh,
where's the
so
peanut
then
You got it. Raise your hand and I'll come around and check it.
Would that be right before being ignored?
Okay, good night.
Parents
Spread the peanut butter on the slice of bread.
Peanut butter from the
Just like
cabinet.
yeah.
Okay, I like that one.
Okay, nice. Or bend it around the corner. I should have it around here. Like peanut butter off the
I know,
knife.
I was just thinking I was going to start creating some stuff.
Realize Mom would love milk,
That
like, come to the chair.
especially to make up those phrases.
Okay, where's that?
Spread
Oh,
desired
you're going
amount.
that way. Okay, very good.
On the,
Well, I don't see anything about jelly, but
Yeah, that's what I was
spread
thinking.
desired amount of this head bread.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
Look at the knife.
Egg butter sandwich.
Oh, peanut butter's in the
So there's the
cabinet.
other.
Oh,
There's one side.
where's one side?
One slice of
I want a slice of bread,
and there's the
spread
other.
desired amount of jelly.
Lick the butter off the knife. I think the butter, I mean peanut butter.
Where's the peanut?
No, we gotta locate the knife.
Locate the knife.
Yeah.
Okay, the knife would be back.
There's the peanut butter.
That's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we look? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Done.
switch this.
Oh, we've got it done. Done. Who done? Oh, awesome.
Let's give them a minute or two and I'll read it off and see.
Or
I'll come down and
Jelly.
see.
Go
Oh, you didn't?
Well, yeah, it's all the
Jelly
same.
is peanut butter.
But I'm let me check.
Yep.
Using the
Line the
spread
bread.
and then spread.
Take 2 slices of the package. Okay.
Go to freeze.
I was in ECC with you. Yeah. And then Christian said he was at Irving Park. What was that?
Irving Park is on Sunset.
No, we went to Irving Park too.
Oh,
Where do you think
And he was there.
Yeah?
You know, Bob,
Okay, okay.
Did
you know
he was there the whole time?
You know the nice
Baltimore
friends,
early.
we know.
And he missed like
Yeah.
2 or 3 years of school.
Yeah.
And then he went to Piedmont School.
So Peter, you went the whole time?
There you go, there you go. Then
Where
is
you
your
were at?
favorite.
I didn't see if you like.
Go to bring it
Yes, thank you, Jolie.
Because yours was like trick price, well, trick price graduated.
Yeah.
Smash it.
Sergeant's
Two.
Ski.
Ham,
Yeah.
sandwich, and
Yes.
two.
Yes.
All right, so let's see how we all did.
Yeah, he's a freshman.
Wanted to go to the
Because he
fridge.
just graduated
You guys
last
ready?
Junior. So my son's a
Okay.
senior. You're just 2 years older than me.
Here it is, are you ready?
Where is he?
At
The
Pitt.
first card is how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yay.
The next card is find the bread.
Yay.
The next card, take 2 slices from the package. Locate a knife.
No.
Ah! Locate a knife.
Why can't you go to the Pitt?
Okay, locate a knife. Scream at the top of your lungs, Mom, where's the peanut butter?
See, I do that before the night.
So we don't attempt first. So we don't,
We
yeah.
thought locate a knife was locate a wife.
The next card, having been ignored, get the peanut butter from the cabinet.
Okay.
Okay. Next, using the knife, spread peanut butter on 1 slice of bread. Next, lick peanut butter off the knife. Next, go to the fridge and open it. Next, pick the jelly you want to use. Next, spread desired amount on the other slice of bread. Next, place the 2 slices of bread together and smash it down with your hand. Take the sandwich into the TV room. Sit in a comfy chair and begin to channel surf. Take a bite out of the sandwich and scream at the top of your lungs, Mom, will you bring a glass of milk?
Excellent.
So you can see where I started with 32. I was like, I'm not making 32 no points.
So as you can see, you can do a lot more than just flipping note cards back and forth. You guys have any questions for us?
And you can be very inventive in how you do it. And
You can, as you see, you have different colored note cards. You can color code things. You can organize them. They have ones that are already hole punched with a ring through them. They've got them in spiral binders.
they can, if they're making their own, and they can use the colored pencils. They, most of our kids, they love to be, a lot of them like to be doodling and artwork, and they can still focus on what we're teaching, but they've got to have that hand moving. So this, they could, decorate their note card or write the letters fancy, that kind of thing. Get that art out of them as well. Yeah. Okay?
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
That was fun.